Alright guys, what's going on? My name is Throwback Gaming and I wanted to get out a tips and kind of tricks video for you guys for Paladins. Kind of what I've learned so far playing the game. I have about 350 hours into the game so far, so I'm by no means like a pro player, but I kind of just wanted to share with you what I have learned by playing and watching pro players play the game. So here are my 5 Paladin tips that you can use to get better. So number one might be kind of obvious, but number one is communication. Now I feel like, especially like in casual matches, I feel like a lot of people don't really use communication at all. I've been in casual matches where nobody says anything the entire game. Even at the end screen match, nobody says anything. So just little things to let your team know, what you're picking, coordinate a little bit. Casuals not so much, but definitely, absolutely in competitive matches, you definitely want to be communicating with your team to figure out where they're going, what they plan on doing, even using the in-chat system. I think it's called the VAG system or something like that. But you can use it, and like if you type VEEE, that means I'm coming, so it can let them know if you're coming back from a respawn. It lets them know that you're coming, especially if you're a healer or if you're a flank or a tank or something like that. It says, hey, I'm coming, be prepared to get back on the point, etc. Okay, number two. Number two is positioning. This is super important because you need to always know where your team is and where they're positioned, so you don't get caught out of position, you don't get flanked, and you don't get trapped by the enemy because you're way off course of where your teammates are or where your healer is. So make sure to always be looking for that little blue outline of where your teammates are, and even pay attention to their health meters too, especially if you're a healer and you're heading into battle. Pay attention to where everybody's health meters are, because you might want to stop by a teammate to heal them up, especially if they're like in a one-on-one situation where you can stop in, help them out in that one-on-one situation, then you guys can head to the point. And it just helps a lot knowing where your team is, and especially like if the entire enemy team has been wiped out, then you want to make sure you want to push up ahead a little bit. You want to be knocking people off of their mounts as they come out of spawn, so it takes that much longer for them to get to the point and to contest the point. Alright, number 3 kind of goes hand in hand with positioning as well. Number 3 is being aware. So that means, if you're going somewhere, if you're flanking, just keep looking behind you, keep looking to the left and right. Don't get so focused on one thing that you're not paying attention to your surroundings, because you can easily get flanked. You can get hooked by a Makoa if you're not paying attention. There's a bunch of things that can happen if you're not looking behind you, if you're not paying attention. And it also helps to keep track of your enemies too. If you see an enemy peeking out, even if you're not focusing on them, make sure you just keep that in your mind and you remember, okay, this Androxus is flanking left. This Ying is over here in the center healing the tank. This other flank is headed to the right, etc. It always helps to kind of keep a mental map in your head of where all of your enemies are, so then you don't get surprised. So tip number 4 is something that I think gets overlooked by a lot of people, and it's just being patient. Instead of just rushing in or trying to get kills, because this is a team-based game, so obviously people always love to get kills because that's just the nature of gaming. But this is a team game, so even if you go, 60 eliminations, 0 deaths, and your team loses, then you kind of did that for nothing, So it's a team game. You want to be patient. If you're the only one near the point and the rest of your team is wiped out, they're respawning, they're back at base, just fall back a little bit, maybe try to get some pop shots off, but make sure that you are staying out of range so you can regroup with your team and you can all go back on the point together. That gives you a billion times more chance that you're actually gonna regroup the point or stop the enemy from pushing through. And I think this especially is good for flanks too. I know when I play flank, I tend to kind of want to rush in and get kills and in and out, and some champions are good for that, but sometimes it helps just to be patient and to wait and just wait for that perfect time to jump in, or wait until somebody's health is low, or even if instead of going directly at the enemy, just taking that extra time to go around and around back and surprise them. That can definitely change a team fight for sure. Okay, and the last tip number 5, is just being aware during the game and even at the beginning of the game to picking the right burn cards. Pay attention to the other team's composition, and if they have a really tank heavy composition with a lot of shields, then you're probably going to want to go Wrecker. If for some reason they go with a composition, if they don't have a healer, then you don't need to be buying Cauterize at all. So just be aware and pay attention, even pay attention to what they're picking as burn cards, because later on in the game, you get 15 minutes into the game, even if the game is lasting 20 minutes, if it lasts that long, those burn cards are going to come into effect a whole lot, and it can change a game completely. It can cause you to sweep the game super easily. It can cause you to have a really uphill battle the whole entire game, because you picked the wrong cards. And this kind of goes back to communication too. It really helps to talk to your team and say, hey, somebody needs to get Wrecker. Hey, I'm going to get Haven. Hey, they have a Bomb King and a Drogos. I need to get Blast Shields, etc. So take the time and go through the cards, make sure you read the descriptions, know which card is best for each situation. And I might even do a guide kind of for each card. If that helps you guys, just let me know. Anyways, those were 5 Paladins tips. I hope you guys gleaned a little bit of information from them, from kind of what I've learned from playing the game so far. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more Paladins content and like the video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.